Is this for real? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to our first length check update in my 2025 Natural Hair Growth Challenge. I'm really excited to hear how things have been going for you all. Are we sticking to our goals? Are we sticking to our rules? Okay, how is everything going? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And thank you all so much for joining me on this challenge. I got more people to join me than I thought. We're all here to support one another, so I love that. And if you haven't seen the first video, I'll make sure to link it in the description or on the screen somewhere so you can check that out. It's not too late to join the challenge. You can still join whenever and set your goal. And we're in this together until the end of the year. So for today's video, I wanted to also share with you guys how things have been going for me and talk about my progress a little bit. And then we'll do our length check at the end of the video. So if you do want to skip to the length check, I'll make sure to put the time somewhere on the screen so you can just jump ahead to see the length check. But I feel like talking a little bit, so we're going to do a little chit chat first. So just to recap, my goal for this year is to retain at least 4 inches of growth. And I set some challenge rules in the previous video. For me, I've actually been sticking to my rules for the most part. I'm actually surprised, but I've been sticking to it and following what I said I was going to do. And I'm noticing differences in my hair already. My hair is a lot healthier and just more moisturized than it's ever been, which is really, really great. So I'm just going to go through all the rules that I had and kind of briefly talk about each point. So my first rule is to do low manipulation protective styles. And I've actually been doing protective styles ever since the beginning of the year. And I've mostly been doing them without any extensions. So really low tension, just my own natural hair. And I've really been enjoying doing styles like this. My favorite one was when I did cornrows with the little beads at the end. That was so adorable. The only time I did extensions was in January. I went on a trip, so I did these like kinky long twists, but that was the only time. Other than that, I've just been rocking my natural hair in protective styles. So I've done lots of flat twist updos, mini twists, braids, cornrows, and it's really been working for me. And through this process, I'm actually learning to just love and appreciate my natural hair more, especially by doing protective styles without any extensions in them, right? Like I'm really just learning to appreciate the beauty of my hair as it is. I know sometimes I used to feel like if I was going out or if there was a party or an event, my hair would have to look a certain way, right? Like either my hair would have to be done with some kind of extensions, or if I'm going to wear my natural hair, it would have to be out so everyone could see, like, you know, how beautiful my afro is. But now lately I've been going out with just my flat twist updos. I've been going out with my cornrows without extensions. And it's like, yeah, why can't I rock some flat twists to a party? Why can't I wear my cornrows when I'm going out for dinner with friends? Why can't I wear my mini twist when I go to the club? Like, this is something I never used to do before. If I was going out and I have my natural hair, I would feel the need to like add clip-in, or I would feel like I have to wear my hair out. Like, okay, I have to do a braid out. I have to have a braid out ready to go. But no, I could go out with my hair just like this. I could do some flat twists. I could do some cornrows and I'm still beautiful. So that wasn't even like a part of my goals or anything for this challenge. But as a result, I am learning to just appreciate and love my natural hair more. So that's something that I've been learning. I don't know if anyone else can feel the same way. I know some of you mentioned similar goals around limiting using extensions. I saw someone say something about like mini twists on their natural hair only. When it does come to protective styles, I have many more ideas coming up. I'll probably do some with extensions, some with just my natural hair. And I am still trying to find a really good glueless wig. They're just really expensive. Why are wigs so expensive? I'm looking on this site and it's like $300 US. 300, 400 US dollars. I am not from the United States. I'm from Canada. And that is a lot of money. That's like $400, $500 Canadian. So yeah, one day I'll get to it. I'll get to it at some point. But for now, I'm still looking for a good glueless wig, because once I have a good glueless wig, a nice kinky curly wig, that's just going to be my go-to look all the time. So I'll invest in one at one point. We'll get there. We'll get there. Now on to the next rule that I had, which was sticking to my hair care routine. And my hair care routine is pretty simple. My goal is to do weekly wash days, so shampoo and deep condition my hair weekly. And then I also have like a weekly moisturizing routine. That's pretty much the gist of it. And for the most part, I've been doing weekly wash days. There have been some times where I've skipped it. So I've been doing more like bi-weekly, but especially most recently, I'd say the last month and a half or so, I've actually been doing weekly wash days. And I noticed a big difference. I used to be someone who thought that I didn't need to wash my hair that often. Like it would be okay if I wash it every like 3 to 4 weeks, especially when I was wearing like box braids. But now I'm a changed woman. I am a firm believer that you should be washing your hair regularly, at least once every 2 weeks. Personally, that's what I think. Some people say they just wash their hair once a month. I think you should wash it regularly because then you're also deep conditioning your hair weekly and you're just showing your hair more love. Your scalp is clean. I go to the gym 4 times a week. I am sweating buckets in the gym. And if I don't wash my hair after a week, it's going to start to smell funky. So I personally like the weekly wash days and it's been working for me. Let me know how often you wash your hair and what works for you. I like hearing everyone's different opinions because everyone's hair is different, right? Some people might not be able to do it weekly. Some people might do it more often. It's up to you, whatever works for you. But another thing that I've noticed is, like I was saying earlier, my hair is so much healthier and moisturized lately now that I'm actually sticking to my hair care routine and taking it seriously. Like it feels like I'm relearning how to take care of my natural hair through this challenge. And I mean, I've been natural for almost 11 years now. Like I'm not new to this. But yeah, I'm like, oh, this is how my hair should be feeling. Like, oh, this is how to actually moisturize my hair properly and consistently. And that's the difference with doing this challenge. I'm actually being consistent. So what I've been doing to moisturize my hair, for example, after wash day, I do my whole moisturizing routine, but on a daily basis, I spray my hair with water every single night. And I apply oil to my scalp, my edges, and my ends practically every night. Sometimes I skip a day, but I've been pretty good recently doing it almost every night. And I'm noticing such a difference. My hair is moisturized. My hair feels so soft. It doesn't feel dry and brittle all the time. So for example, when I make it to the end of the week, when it's time for wash day, my hair does not feel dry and brittle and crusty and crispy like it always used to. I can probably show some footage of how my hair would look before a wash day usually because I would go like days without touching my hair. My hair would be out and it would be crispy, like dry, crispy, and brittle before the wash day. Now, when I make it to wash day, my hair does not look like that. My hair is still relatively soft and a little bit moisturized. Obviously not as moisturized as the beginning of the week, but it still feels good. And I'm realizing that's how your hair should be. You should not be letting your hair get to a state of like extreme dryness. You should constantly be moisturizing your hair. That way it'll stay soft, it'll stay hydrated, and you can prevent breakage. I even spend less time pre-pooing my hair now because when I make it to the end of the week, my hair isn't like super dry and I don't have to spend so much time detangling my hair because I just had it in a protective style all week. So it's still soft, it's still moisturized and detangled. So my tips to you, if you are struggling with dryness, moisturize your hair with water every single day. Spray your hair with water every day. Give it a try. Don't like drench your hair, but just a little spritz and apply a little bit of oil as well. You can do this every other day if you don't want to do it every day. But for me personally, it's been making a big, big difference. And also, of course, wearing your scarf or bonnet at night. I'm really guilty of not doing that. Even now, I still have some days where I don't do it, but it really does make a big difference. Always, always wear your scarf or your bonnet to bed. Because the days where I don't, I feel it when I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh, all the moisture is gone. All the moisture is now on my pillowcase. And deep conditioning your hair often as well. I either just posted a video or I'm about to post a video on my deep conditioning routine. And I've been actually deep conditioning my hair properly, taking the time to let the moisture sit into my hair. And that has made a big, big difference as well. So those are just some tips if you're struggling with dryness in this challenge. And I also think that the products that I've been using has really been making a difference as well. I use my TGIN buttercream as my leave-in. And then I also use my my homemade whipped shea butter, plus my castor oil and olive oil mixture. Those products, we're locked in like this. We're locked in like this. We go together. Those products just work wonders for my hair, and applying them regularly and consistently has made all the difference for me. So once you find some really, really good products, just stay consistent. That's probably the biggest thing with this challenge that I could say, is to make sure you are staying consistent. That way you will actually see the results that you want to see. Now, when it comes to using minimal heat, this hasn't really been a problem for me. I don't usually use that much heat on my hair anyways. So if I do want to stretch my hair, I just put my hair into some braids or some twists the night before and comb it out the next day. Not really a huge deal. I've been good. I haven't used any heat except for today. I blow dried my hair because I'm going to do the length check, of course. And then when it comes to regular trims and length checks, we're going to have our first one today. So I'm staying on track with that as well. So that's how things have been going for me. I've been sticking to my rules, sticking to the challenge. I'd really love to hear if you guys are sticking to your rules. Let me know how it's going for you. Do you need to make any adjustments? And that's okay if you do. That's the thing with this challenge. Like if you set a goal and you're realizing now that it's not really attainable or the rules aren't working, adapt them a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. Adapt them, take your time to assess and make some new goals or set some new rules that you can follow. Another tip that I have if you're struggling with sticking to your rules and the challenge is to keep track of your progress in a journal. So what I've been doing actually is I have a bullet journal and I make it cute and whatever. And I do like these weekly checklists. So I have it for not just my hair, but other daily habits that I want to follow as well. So I'll have things on the list like, did I wear my bonnet at night? Did I oil my edges and my scalp today? Was I wearing a protective style? Did I do my weekly moisturizing routine, my weekly wash day? And so I keep track of that every day. And at the end of the week, I can see if I actually followed what I said I was going to do. And I think it's just good to keep track of things like that. That way, when we have our regular check-ins, and also at the end of the year, you can look back and see, okay, was I actually doing what I said I was going to do? Or was I slacking off? And so that way, when you reach the end of the year and you get the results that you want to get, or you don't get the results you want to get, you can look back and see why or why not, right? If you don't really keep track, then you might not know. You might get to the end of the year and you don't meet your goal. And you're like, I don't know why I didn't meet my goal. I was doing everything right. But it's like, were you actually? Like, did you keep track of what you were doing? Or did you just, you thought you were doing it? You thought you were doing weekly wash days. You thought you were taking care of your hair, but were you actually? So if you need a little bit more push, just keep track of it in a journal or on your phone. I'm sure there's lots of apps and stuff like that out there that you could use to help keep track of those habits and those rules. So that's just a little tip if you're someone who likes to journal and be really organized like me. I actually haven't been doing my journal recently, so I'm going to start doing it again just so I can keep track. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking because I could really just sit here and talk, but I'm going to go ahead and do the length check portion now. If you have a specific measurement goal, I hope you have your measuring tape. I hope you're taking your progress pictures as well. And let's do this length check. So I blow dried my hair earlier and I just put it up in these little flat twists. And I didn't trim my hair yet because I want to do the length check before I trim my hair, just in case I trim off too much. So this is what my hair is looking like, you guys. It is starting to get so thick, which I love. The back and the middle of my hair are great. They're thriving. I can tell it's getting longer and thicker. The front of my hair, I'm a little concerned about her still. The front is still looking a little damaged. You can't really tell right now, but there's some parts that's looking a little damaged and I'm a little concerned I'm going to have to cut more of it off. But for now, we'll leave it and we'll see. I'm not expecting to see a whole lot of a difference. I just hope it's not somehow shorter. Is this for real? The back of my hair is at 10 inches. 10 inches? Now, the one thing is though, when I first did this, my hair wasn't blow dried, so it is possible that it's a little bit more stretched. When I first did this, my hair was 8 inches before. The back was 8 inches, and now it's at 10. That's 2 inches, guys. It's like 9.5. 9.5 inches. This side is also 9 inches. Okay, this side is 8 inches. Barely 8 inches as well. 10 inches. I can't remember what it was before. I think it was 8. See, the front, I'm very concerned about the front of my hair because it's growing, but it looks damaged to me. Just 5 inches. Let's see the longest part of the front. Okay, now the front is at 8 inches. So before, the back left was 7.5. Now it is 9 inches. The back right was 8. Now it is 9.5. So that tracks. The sides were 6.5. Now they're 8 inches. The middle was 8 inches. Now it's 10 inches. The very front was 5 inches. It's still 5 inches. But the longest part of the front of my hair, before it was 7 and now it's 8. So it looks like I have actually grown 1.5 inches for most of my hair, 1.5 inches to 2 inches. That is impressive. I'm impressed. I wasn't sure what to expect for this, but to have some growth is a good sign. And 1.5 inches would be on track for 6 inches by the end of the year. But I still do need to trim my hair. I'm going to trim it. I'm probably just going to trim like no more than 1/2 inch. Yeah, so please let me know how much your hair has grown in the past 3 months. If you are measuring it, please let me know if you saw an inch, 2 inches, centimeters, whatever you want to do. Let me know what you saw. This is very exciting. I didn't think my hair would grow this much. Like, I was kind of scared I was going to do it and there wouldn't be any growth at all. But to actually see that, my hair is growing is really, really cool. I just have to make sure I don't trim off too much right now. So that is it for our first length check video, everyone. I'm really looking forward to hearing your comments and your progress. Please don't forget to let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for joining this journey. Our next length check update will be in June. That'll be around my birthday too, so it'll be fun. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited. Stick to your goals, stick to your rules. We're all here to support one another, so check in. And if you need any advice, we're all here to support. So yeah, we got this, girlies. We got this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Hey everyone, so I did decide to just show you all a little bit of my trim. I wanted to just, keep track of how much I was trimming off and document this process as well. So you can see in the back, I really did my best to only trim off about 1/2 inch, and the back of my hair is pretty healthy. So I knew that wasn't really going to be a problem, and I also went in with my measuring tape just to keep track of how much I was cutting off. So you'll see by the end, the back was around 9 inches. So I didn't cut off too much. I'm still on track, and the back is looking nice and healthy. But then when it got to the middle and the front of my hair, I noticed that my ends really weren't looking too good in these sections. So I had to trim off a little bit more. I have a more in-depth tutorial on how to trim your natural hair yourself, so you can check that out. But you can just see if there are thin ends or if there are a lot of knots in the ends, you got to let it go, because holding on to it will just hurt you in the long run. Because at the end of the day, we want healthy hair, not long hair that is only long because you have straggly, thin ends. So do your best to do your trim. And you can see that's how much hair that I trimmed off. It wasn't a lot, but my hair always feels so much better after I trim it. The ends just look a lot better. So I'm really happy with this. And yeah, so that's actually it for this video. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. You're a real one, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.